So the last one we're going to use this morning that maybe will also help you to clarify some details of the concept, although it's basically a representation, is the system map. We have all here, right? Yeah, okay. So we just described briefly the description, the aim, but not wasting too much time. We just switched to the how to use, so you have more time to actually put it in practice. So yeah, basically is to visualize and represent the configuration of the actors that are in your concept. So there are some flows that you can use to represent their relationships, some icons that represent the products and the services and the modality payment. We will see in detail. And yeah, so let's switch directly to how to use it. First of all, it's again a PowerPoint. So you will download a PowerPoint. You will have some slides in which you use them as a board. So you move icons from here and there. You pick some flows that are pre-designed so you can adapt to your diagram. And so how to use it? This is what you're gonna see in your PowerPoint. So there is a first boundary, which is the offer boundary. You see that rectangle in gray. Inside the offer boundary, there will be the icons of the main stakeholders involved in the system. You can see. It's full screen. Yeah, I don't know how to make it better actually. But yeah, basically there is a rectangle here, which is gray. Inside, you will put some icons. Those icons will be related to the main offer, and so the main stakeholder. Outside the system boundaries, and so you put just outside that box the secondary stakeholders involved. And here you can see just an example. Now, for example, you have your customers inside. Obviously, are important stakeholders. You have maybe clothing manufacturer, the textile manufacturer is quite important for the system that you have designed. Outside, you could have something that is connected but not so crucial, like I don't know, public entities or clothing care product manufacturers. So that how it works. So you see icons. How are these icons structured? You see that there is the main one. I mean the main icon and a descriptive text. It's quite important to give a better definition of what you're seeing. Okay, systems are complex. It's very difficult to represent just visually one thing. So it's better also to characterize what is the icon, also specifically for your system. So again, we have general icons that could be used, but in this case, it's always better that depending on what you are designing, maybe a clothing manufacturer is better specified as, I don't know, the leaves manufacturer or whatever, the jacket manufacturer or some kind of these examples that are strictly related to your project. Okay, sorry. Okay, so you see also there is a difference in color because the final diagram is going to be complex. So you need a visual direct representation of the difference between the stakeholders. So you see that the violet is for providers and the magenta is for customers, for example. And how to build the system up. Okay, again, it's very similar to the innovation diagram. You have the board in one slide, and in other slides you have some repositories. Here you see a repository, for example. You see system app stakeholder icons are the repository of all the icons that you could use, or you can add even more if you want. For example, you have and all related also already to the clothing system, so fiber manufacturing, textile manufacturing, etc. So what you do is just go inside that slide, you pick the icon that that you think is needed to represent your concept, and you put it and you put it inside the system map. It could be the inner box, so it's a primary stakeholder maybe, or outside if a secondary stakeholder. Then what you have to connect those icons, those stakeholders, obviously you have some flows, some interaction flows, which are designed based on the way the stroke is made, so the arrow, and also a description. So you see it's never just a line, but it's also a line that describe with a description, because the interaction is important. It's key in what you are designing. So we said at the beginning also yesterday, designing system means to design stakeholders interaction. So it's key to describe what is happening. The description could be not just text, but also coupled with an icon. So the example you see there could be that the clothing manufacturer, after the provider sells ski jackets, for example, which is the upper part, the part below is offer community training on clothing care, and there is the icon of training. So again, visually, it's very clear at the first glance what is moving from one stakeholder to another and in which way. You see also, I mean, obviously you see the difference in the arrows, because the flows that are mapped in the system map are different. Could be information. So you see the line that is inside the blue rectangle. It could be material. So when we talk about products, for example, in this case, if the actor is providing the jacket, the arrow will be like a traditional arrow, let's say, so plain color and the arrow at the end, and that means a material flow. Then we have obviously financial flow, so we can map what is paid from who to whom, okay, and obviously a description and an icon, and we will see that icon also are in a way talkative. They say to us how the payment is made, okay. And then there are also labor flows in which, I mean, they are describing if there is a working relationship between two stakeholders. So if one is making, I mean, maybe in partnership or in some other ways, working for another stakeholder. Yeah, those are the ones that I was mentioning, financial and labor. And obviously there is an order. So again, it's getting complex, the scheme. So you need to have an order of a reading order. Okay, when you are someone that is, we will be the ones that are going to see your system map. We need to know where to start and immediately how to follow the flow that the system map is suggesting. So it's not just a static representation, but it's showing us also a kind of a journey that is happening in your oh no. Scaricato il PC. Mannaggia.
Now, what was missing, now you get a point. So how to build stakeholder, how to build interaction. That is why we were saying all the idea should be, what is a system idea? Is that type of idea. And now you're going to represent and to see the configuration, okay? And while seeing the configuration, you will understand, oh, here something is missing. Okay, so maybe you will add another actor, or you will clarify something that is not clear, and so on. So this will be again a moment in which you will generate your system. What was missing in the presentation, if you're already there, so okay.
Yeah, so it's the flows are again in a library, so you move them from that slide to your system app, and then you adapt them as you like. As well as the icons that can be over the arrows, and also together with they can be coupled with also provider icons, etc. So you see just a drag and drop from the slide, the repository slide, to your system app, which is a board at the beginning of the PPT. A couple of other things. You saw that in S.PSS is quite crucial to say who has the responsibility of what, and also who has the ownership of what. So this kind of rectangle with the dots is the one that is identifying who is the owner of what. You see that in this case, within the rectangle there is the community, and within the rectangle there is also the jacket, which is the object the community is owning. So with that rectangle, you're saying, for example, if I'm doing a traditional sale, I'm giving to a customer my jacket, and I'm offering extra services, whatever, but I'm selling the jacket. This rectangle will be on the customer, and it's keeping inside also the jacket. If I'm providing the jacket for rent, for example, I'm the provider, I'm owning the jacket, so the jacket will be at the beginning of the arrow, and within the provider icon will be within the rectangle. The other, okay, yeah, obviously, again, where do you find it? You find it in the repository. You can drag and drop and just circle the icons that are having the ownership of the product. Sorry, yeah, okay. One last part is the full, let's say, full color rectangle in which you are identifying the partnerships. If you are imagining to have a very strict relationship that is a bit more than just an exchange of, I don't know, materials or whatever. For example, in this case, if we make this rectangle around these two stakeholders, we are assuming that those interactions that you see in the middle are involving them as a whole. So it's not involving one or the other one. They are working as a partnership, so working as a single kind of single stakeholder. And that's the other one. You find it in the slide with all the icons, and you can just drag and drop inside. Yeah, very quick on this. You can use it at very different points of the methods, both to analyze existing structures or to design, or even it's part of the detailed design of what you're doing. But you can see that you can go very much into details of what the system is about. And yeah, resources, it's the same as before. So it's just a PowerPoint, you download it, you work inside the PowerPoint, and that's it. So yeah, the resources, it's still here. So from now we work on this. Take the chance to, I mean, we saw many groups maybe struggling with the time or the details. Focus on doing the map. So arriving at the end of the 1 hour will be 1 hour with a map. Then use it to maybe try to clarify what is not already clarified. Maybe the visual representation can help to, to solve doubts, because maybe you didn't question or you didn't visualize what was happening between two actors. This could be the way in which you ask yourself, there was a problem here. Maybe this is the very simple way we can resolve it. And yeah, that's it. So the tool is available already, so you should be able to download it. Again,